Dun, 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 dun. Under the sea. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't Under the Sea a great song? The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. Your dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you and right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. Isn't my singing incredible? Anyway though, I am back from my hiatus from Christmas to New Year's. So I want to tell you guys, Happy New Year, and I hope you guys had a fantastic one. But I realized over the course of these past few weeks, I realized that I didn't do the water type yet. And given that this series is going to be complete very, very soon, I thought I'd shake it up a little. As usual, the same rules apply. No super legendaries, it has to be in Scarlet and Violet, and Smogon singles. With that said, let's get started. Honorable mention, Toxapex is crazy and dumb. Moving on into a much different honorable mention. I don't know if I would say that Araquanid is truly better than the other water types on the list above, hence why it's only an honorable mention. However, the fact that it is a bulky, hard-hitting sticky webber makes it pretty good, because it lets it come in and set webs more than once over the course of a match. Water Bubble making it seemingly not crazy liquidations actually pretty strong is really nice, and it also can't be burned. I'm happy that this mon actually got the recognition that it deserves, and that people are actually realizing just how good it is. However, I don't have enough data to put him above honorable mention, while the 10 above it, we have all the data in the world for. Starting off at number 10, I never thought I'd see the day where Primarina is good. But hey, Primarina has a hilariously good niche in OU. It's able to wall-walking wake, stomach attacks from Roaring Moon, could 1v1 gouging fire back in the day, and a lot more. Even though it plays a more bulky defensive pivot role, it can wipe the floor with most Great Tusks, Iron Valiants, Zamazentas, Dragapults, Ting Lus, and Moltres. Lando T and Gliscor aren't safe from it either. Of course, Terra is always a factor, and these Pokemon can turn the tables on Primarina. But Prima can also Terra. So like, yeah, that's Terra. What I'm saying is that Primarina has a hilarious niche as a special defensive bulky pivot that can just outright KO more prominent mons in OU. It just happens to be very well positioned at the moment. Recommended Terras? Typically Steel or Grass. Pelipper is on the list not because of itself, but because of what makes it good. The rain showers Drizzle provides are absolutely excellent, and U-Turn enables some very scary Pokemon to come in. Its support is just that excellent, and everything else is just flavors at this point. So rather than talking about what Pelipper can do, I'm gonna simply put Barraskewda, Basculegion, and Zapdos on the screen, and pretty much move on from there. Dondozo is a big, stupid physical wall that blocks physical setup sweepers thanks to Unaware, and can set up curses of its own in order to inflict massive damage from opposing mons. It's a staple nowadays on slow stall teams that don't mind wasting time, and Dondozo is an excellent buffer to physical attackers. When paired with Blissey, I begin to fall asleep at a pretty rapid pace. Recommended Terra, Grass, Dragon, Fairy, Dark, Fighting. Whatever works, dude. On the opposite side of the spectrum, Walking Wake is a big, stupid nuclear weapon that, under the sun, becomes one of the most dangerous Pokemon in the game. It's also dangerous in rain too, but sun proccing the photosynthesis ability is too good to pass up, especially with Hydro Steam getting boosted in it. Because it's a water type that's good in sun, this also makes it good against rain, because Hydro Steam is boosted there too. It loses to Blissey and Water Absorb Clodsire, but it bullies so much else that it doesn't really matter. Zamazenta, Iron Valiant, Cinderace, the like button, Enamorus, Moltres, the subscription button, Great Tusk, the notification bell, and much more fell to the power of a Terra Water Specs boosted Hydro Steam in the sun, with Photosynthesis boosting your speed. Just don't accidentally click into the spoiler right here, and you should be fine. Okay, now I get to talk about the most one-dimensional Pokemon in existence again. Alomomola actually has some depth to its game, even if I do hate this stupid fish. With a set of Scald, Flip Turn, Wish, and Protect alongside Regenerator, not only can it cripple the hell out of physical attackers, but it can also use Protect to scout Choiced Mon's intentions. And it can also heal itself with Regenerator while passing wishes to its teammates. This keeps its preferably bulky allies very healthy throughout the course of a match, all while whittling down the opposition through a slow, methodical playstyle. It's a fixture on stall and bulky offense alike, and it can slow the game down to a snail's pace if it so chooses. It can also run all of Leftovers, Eject Button, Rocky Helmet, Heavy Duty Boots, and Acrobatics? And is decent with all of them. Recommended Terra? I'd say Fairy or Ghost. I know that Terra Flying is also an option if you really like Acrobatics. Well, if you made it this far into the video and didn't click on that spoiler from the other segment, congratulations! You made sure to switch out into like Zamazenta or Corviknight or something, and you don't automatically lose to Ogerpon Wellspring. Congratulations! You get to keep playing the game. Now, what makes this Pokemon so dangerous? Well, Water Absorb for one, the stats for two, and its item gives it a 20% boost in power alongside this. Thirdly, this Terra Water, which boosts its special defense, removes its weakness it gets from grass, and lets it live stuff it really shouldn't. And lastly, everything else. It hits hard with Ivy Cudgel, can set up with Swords Dance, use Power Whip or Horn Leech depending on if you want damage or to sustain, and then it can use Superpower or Play Rough for coverage, U-Turn for pivoting, or Encore that tricks something into doing nothing forever, letting it set up Swords Dance and win. It also can't have an item tricked onto it because it will not let go of its masks after the incident with the Loyal 3. It can bully Enamorus, Walking Wake, Ting Lu, Great Tusk, Iron Treads, Iron Moth, Primarina, Alomomola, and so much else in the tier through sheer breaking power that if I were to tell you how it bullies each of them in the specific detail, we'd be here until Pokemon Indigo and Pokemon Crimson. So with that said, we're just gonna move on to number 3. I mean, what can I really say about Urshifu? Terra Water, get Rain Up, Slap on Scarf, Surging Strikes. If you're afraid of the opposing Terra, you can switch out or hit U-turn if you haven't locked yourself into it, Close Combat and Ice Spinner to beat the things that claim to resist you, Max Attack, Max Speed, murder the metagame. What's coming in on you if you get the turn right? Exactly like Dondozo in Alomomola. Corviknight wants nothing to do with rain-boosted Surging Strikes, and Zamazenta's ability is pointless if you can crit through it. This Pokemon really steals games. No dignity at all. Iron Bundle is surprisingly the second best water type, at least in my opinion. Sure, Specs boosted, Terra Water, Rain boosted Hydro Pumps can break through more Pokemon than Hercule can Stone Tiles. The issue with Iron Bundle is that its Stealth Rock's weak and one-dimensional. Sure, it can run Boots, Specs, Life Orb, or Booster Energy, but you know what set it's running every single time. Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump, Flip Turn, and Ice Beam. If people do want to get silly, they can run a Terra and Terra Blast, but I see it as no point. Why? Because Freeze Dry plus Hydro Pump is unresistible. That's why it got banned. With 124 special attack and 136 speed, it outsped the entire OU tier and kept killing them with unresistible stab that could pretty much beat any and everything not named flip turn target. The stealth rock weakness was the only thing keeping it remotely in check, and the only thing keeping it from being number 1, despite all its power. It's the endeavor to a certain All Might. It's a bird! It's a plane! No. It's the greatest damn fish of all time. The Ocean Man who takes us by the hand and takes us to the land that he understands. Palathin can just come in, run away to the nearest telephone booth, proc 0 to hero, and become a slacking type monster with no real downside. Slap the best defensive type in the game on it, stats like these, and either a banded set of strong attacks or a bulky set with jet punch, taunt, bulk up, and drain punch, and this thing either becomes one of the best breakers ever, or a nigh unkillable sweeper that won't give up no matter what the odds are against it. That's what makes it the number 1 hero. No matter what happens, no matter what it's up against, it will continue to fight, continue to keep going, and continue to defend us all from the villains known as the League of Gliscor fans. Anyway, the conclusion. I kind of forgot I was supposed to put something here. So I don't know, stay hydrated? But don't stay too hydrated, otherwise you'll drown. Now anyway, if you'll excuse me, I need to go play Rain, just so I can be hydrated enough. Oh, and remember to take showers, because they make you smell good.